Hello everyone and welcome to my Sister Wives Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Kody Brown and his last remaining wife, Robyn, are rumored to be on the chopping block, possibly fired from the TLC reality show that made them famous, in a shocking turn of events that Sister Wives fans never saw coming. But there's more going on than that. Meri Brown, formerly the silent and devoted first wife, is taking center stage with what viewers are describing as the ultimate act of vengeance, as the foundation of the Brown family is being torn apart and secrets are being revealed at a rate faster than ever before. It's possible that her final, unwavering no to Robyn, a move marked by dignity, resolve, and years of accumulated betrayal, was the very dagger that brought Robyn's influence to its knees. This may be the true end of the Sister Wives empire, after more than a decade of tears, favoritism, shifting alliances, and family strife. Let's examine this pivotal period in the history of reality television. For years, Sister Wives fans have watched the slow unraveling of Kody Brown's plural family. What started out as a bold, if controversial, look at how a modern polygamist family works has turned into a deeply moving story of betrayal, favoritism, and loss. Robyn was Kody's last wife after his relationships with Meri, Janelle, and Christine all fell apart. Long thought to be lopsided, the dynamic suddenly turned in Robyn's favor. In stark contrast to the show's original message of shared love and unity, fans accused her of being manipulative, overly emotional, and secretly eager to become Kody's one and only true spiritual and legal partner. However, fans were surprised by Meri's deliberate and gradual transformation. She remained silent for a number of years as Robyn rose in status and influence, presumably becoming Kody's preferred wife. Meri was subjected to humiliating emotional neglect, dismissals that were made public, and heartbreaking instances of isolation. Even Kody acknowledged that he no longer anticipated a romantic relationship with her after she was left alone in her marriage. Despite this, Meri remained steadfast, at least in appearance. However, underneath that hushed exterior was a simmering sense of strength, independence, and the determination to write her own ending. The real turning point came in the most recent season, when Meri started to push back, initially subtly but eventually with more courage. Her decision to move her clothing business out of Flagstaff was a clear sign she was done waiting for validation from Kody or acceptance from Robyn. She began taking solo trips, making cryptic social media posts about betrayal, healing, and rebirth, and appearing on camera with a confidence and clarity fans hadn't seen in years. Then Meri's final no occurred, shocking even the most ardent Sister Wives fans. According to insiders close to production, Robyn had allegedly approached Meri behind the scenes with a proposal. Robyn wanted to change the family structure after Christine and Janelle left. She was supposedly going to suggest that she and Meri form a new united front, a new plural marriage in which Meri could stay as the spiritual partner, while Robyn would still be the primary wife. Desperation was evident in the language of sisterhood and loyalty used in this proposal. Robyn probably knew that keeping Meri around would give the impression of unity and legacy in the face of falling ratings and fan demands for change. But Meri wasn't falling for it this time. Her answer was a resounding no, firm, final, and delivered with a level of conviction that stunned both Robyn and Kody. Sources say that Robyn was blindsided. Apparently, she wept and pleaded with Meri to reconsider. Kody, who has always stood up for Robyn, is said to have become defensive and accusatory, putting Meri's actions down to her, destroying what was left of the family. However, Meri did not flinch. This was not the woman who once cried quietly in the corner while being sidelined. She wasn't going to let herself be used as a pawn in Robyn's narrative any longer. This was a woman who had recovered, developed, and finally realized her value. Meri's final rejection had a quick effect. TLC executives had already been considering their options, according to a number of sources inside the company. With 3 wives gone and Robyn increasingly unpopular with fans, the network was questioning the viability of continuing the series in its current format. Robyn and Kody's storyline, one of seclusion, defensiveness, and a crumbling empire, was no longer captivating but repetitive. Without Meri's reluctant presence to balance the dynamic, the network saw little potential for growth. Thus, the discussions of cutting ties with Kody and Robyn gained serious traction. If these rumors are true, Meri's no wasn't just personal, it was strategic. It stripped Robyn of the last piece of legitimacy she had left. Robyn is now just Kody's single wife, the outcome that many fans believe she was aiming for all along, but one that now comes with a heavy price. Without Meri to buffer her image or give the impression that plural marriage still exists, Robyn is now just Kody's single wife. In fan forums, Reddit threads, and YouTube breakdowns, viewers are calling it poetic justice. Robyn's years of being seen as manipulative, her emotional outbursts, and her monopolization of Kody's time ended up destroying the entire family and possibly ending the show. Meri, on the other hand, is thriving. Her presence on social media has taken a noticeable shift. She's posting empowering messages, traveling more, and engaging with fans in a way that feels free and unfiltered. She's no longer tied to a man who disregarded her or a sister wife who manipulated her. And more importantly, she's finally writing her own story, one that doesn't rely on the approval of Kody or the deceitful promises of Robyn. Ironically, the very structure that Robyn tried to preserve by pulling Meri back into the fold is what ultimately led to her downfall. Fans have noted that they might have salvaged something if Robyn had given Meri the dignity to leave earlier and Kody had been sincere and supportive as opposed to dismissive and cold. But instead, they held on to control, and that grasp ultimately slipped. Reclaiming power was at the heart of Meri's final stand, not just her decision to leave. She also destroyed the illusion that Robyn had meticulously constructed over the years. Now, the question is, what will the Brown family do next? With Christine thriving in Utah with her new husband, Janelle focusing on her health and family, and Meri finally stepping into her own light, the women are flourishing without Kody. Additionally, fans are significantly more interested in that narrative. Many people want the show to be remade with an emphasis on the ex-wives and their lives after polygamy. The concept of sister wives, the next chapter, is already gaining traction online, with fans pleading with TLC to give the empowered women the platform they deserve and move the spotlight away from Kody and Robyn. The situation for Kody and Robyn is grim. It is unlikely that they will run the show on their own because of their isolated lifestyle, financial difficulties, and growing backlash from fans. Kody, once the charismatic and controversial center of the series, has become a cautionary tale of ego, favoritism, and loss. In addition, Robyn, who was once the bright-eyed newcomer, is now seen by many as the master puppet working in the background, pulling strings until they break. Meri's final act was not dramatic or explosive. It wasn't chaotic or loud. It was calm, well thought out, and devastatingly successful. It was the final no, the one that wasn't just personal but historic in the context of sister wives. It was the moment the power shifted, not through aggression or conflict, but through resolve and self-respect. It was revenge, not in the form of retaliation, but through liberation. Meri not only left the Brown family, but also destroyed the entire illusion in that way. As fans continue to speculate about what's next, one thing is clear: Meri's story is far from over. If anything, it's just getting started. And in contrast, Kody and Robyn's chapter may be rapidly drawing to a close. While it remains to be seen whether they will be fired from the show, one thing is certain: Meri's final no was the strike that destroyed their empire.